your tribe. There are many men, women, and children that you care for. You are the leader that everybody looks up to. It's a bright, sunny day, and you decide to take a walk by the lake. You take a deep breath. The smell of fresh air and clean water brings joy to your life. You are surrounded by thick, lush, green bushes everywhere. As you're walking, you get a strange feeling. You turn around, and in those bushes, you see your enemy's eyes. You run for your life. You head towards the village. You can feel those eyes following you. Chills are running down your arms and legs. Your heart starts beating 10 times faster, and your breathing gets harder and harder. You see a tribe up ahead, and you spot the chief. Help! Help! You yell. The chief hesitates, but finally gives in. Over there, hiding the sweet potato pits, he tells you. My dear wife, help this tribe chief and sit on top of the pit to disguise it. It is hot and dark inside the pit. Fear of death and staying alive are your only thoughts. You hear multiple voices. 3 men are searching for you. You say to yourself, meaning I die, I die. After what feels like an eternity, the muttering finally stops. The tribe's wife get up off the pit. You slowly make your way out of the pit and carefully look around. Your enemies are gone. I live, you cry. The sun shines.
You may now open your eyes. This is the story of Tarbina Haka Kamate. A story of pursuit, escape, fear of capture, and ultimate survival. Good morning, family, students, staff members, community members, and Director Riverwell. My name is Tarbina Lenedrick,
And I am Ekar Lendrick,
and welcome to our senior talk. When directors first informed us of our survey study project, we didn't know where to start. We knew we wanted to incorporate a piece of our culture, but we didn't know how. Director's birthday, way back in December of 2015, was our breakthrough moment.
Tarbina and I knew the perfect dance that would surprise everyone. We performed Polynesian, a Tahitian dance, for director and our classmates. We were shocked at their reaction. We received so many compliments, and many people wanted to learn a few dance moves.
Director loved our gift so much, he wanted us to perform in the lip sync show in January. It was then we knew we had to incorporate our Tahitian dance into our service learning project. Our journey began with wanting to create a Polynesian club and teach others different dance routines. We started by teaching a group of high school students a Polynesian dance. 5 times a week after school, we would gather in the lower courtyard. On minimum days, our practices were from 1:15 to 3 p.m. On regular days, it was from 3:15 to 4:30 p.m.
Don't forget, we also practiced during lunch.
If you've never seen a Polynesian dance, the first time you watch a live performance, you'll be left in awe. It's not just the effortless motion of the dancer's hips as they sway in perfect unison with their hands, shoulders, and feet, or the mesmerizing beat of the music and beautiful costume. It's the way all those pieces fit together with grace, making it hard for you to take your eyes off the dancers.
In Polynesian dances, each gesture and movement tells a story. Polynesian dances are often performed to celebrate and express joy during someone's birth or marriage, prayer or worship, to welcome guests, to attract a potential mate, or to challenge an enemy. We are going to show you 2 Polynesian dances. The first Polynesian dance is the Maori haka. This video will tell you the history and meaning behind the haka. Please enjoy.
My people, the Māori, arrived by canoe in the islands of Aotearoa, or New Zealand, just 1,200 years ago. Dance is part of our everyday life. It's our way of carrying our culture into the future.
Whatu ngaro e tangata toi tū te whenua. Man may disappear, man will disappear, but the land will always be here. We are only the guardians of the land. This is our belief.
Polynesian dance is the Tahitian dance. The Tahitian dance is often confused for hula. The hula is more the hand movements, whereas the Tahitian dance is more the fast movements of the hips. There are many different styles of Tahitian dancing. Now at this time, we would like to welcome on stage some of our GPA ladies who will show you a dance that they learned. Please give a round of applause.
about Polynesian culture.
We became our own teachers and educators of our culture and identity as Pacific Islanders. At the beginning of our talk, we heard the story of Tarbina. But who is he really? He was born into a life of violence. His people, the Maori, suffered near annihilation when the British began to take over the land. They became one of the smallest tribes in what is now known as New Zealand. For centuries, the Maori people suffered adversity. Tarbina composed the haka kamete to celebrate the triumph of life over death. The haka kamete is still performed today by the New Zealand's national rugby team, the All Blacks.
After learning the meaning behind the haka, we found the message to be much more deeper. For the Maori, the message is, nothing is going to stop us, no matter what is put in front of us. After hearing the rugby team discuss the significance and perform the haka, it made me think about GPA. It is important for our school and community because majority of GPA students and staff members have never seen Polynesian dance before. We wanted our peers to be exposed to more culture. We also wanted other Pacific Islanders to have the opportunity to share their culture.
At GPA, approximately 1% of our student body identifies as Pacific Islanders. We are very underrepresented. This is important to us because growing up, we didn't have Pacific Islander role models outside of San Diego. While some students can identify with famous inventors, doctors, and celebrities who are of the same culture. The most famous Pacific Islanders are Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Junior Seau. We want to bring positive attention to our community and break the typical stereotypes.
What are the stereotypes, you may ask? Well, here's a poem by Joseph Vosifa.
My demographic is high school cleaning ladies, fast food, burger making factories, bus drivers, taxi drivers, sober drivers, and living off the pension joy riders. I am a dropout. I hate science, math, English, love, PE, music, dance, and drama. I play rugby. Nah, I'm pretty good at rugby. And if I'm lucky, my future in rugby might be sealed. Not to reveal my flaws in education, which are faulty, because, hey, who needs to be able to quote Shakespeare if you can play rugby?
But can anyone explain? Will there ever be a time when our representation goes much more deeper than putting our own people to shame? Will the stereotype of an illiterate, unintelligent Polynesian still be the same? Will it ever change? Or are we still going to sell ourselves short for a few seconds of fame? Are we still capable of what we see as thought-provoking or seen as an art? Intelligence? Or are we still going to keep to our low standards of what we feel as culturally relevant?
Now, I'm not teasing or mocking our foreign traditions, but being real about our fight against this world. Like our fight against violence, or our fight against gambling, and our fight against what reasonable force is with our kids. Or how statistically Maori and the Pacific Islanders are low academic achievers, brown brother. Now, I'm not saying we need to forget our culture in order to gain, for we are all the same. Now, I'm sick and tired of my people always thinking that they belong at the bottom of the food chain, brown brother.
You can do all things through Christ. Philippians 4:13. You are more than capable. And I don't say that to make you feel better. I say that because I know. Because your Creator told me to tell you so. You will go places. You will tell stories. So do not be afraid or alone, for your God and your family. But do not fret, do not regret. For where you go, you take us with you.
Brown brother, do not be afraid to be the first. The first to graduate, the first to climb, the first prime minister, or the first good wife, brown brother. Do not be afraid to be the change. Not a change in skin tone or color, but a change in mindset.
on a daily basis.
Here in Southeast San Diego, we face many obstacles that include poverty, drug use, high crime, and high rates of teenage pregnancy. High school students in Southeast are less likely than students from affluent neighborhoods to graduate high school and attend a four-year university.
The story of our senior class is very similar to the Haka Kamake. We have faced many difficulties, but we can proudly say 76% of us have been accepted to a UC and 88% to a CSU. We are a small community, but we know when we are faced with adversity, we can and we will overcome these challenges. My name is Ekar, and I have broken the stereotypes by being the first in my family to be accepted to a four-year private university. I have been accepted to Grand Canyon University. And will be attending this fall.
My name is Tarbina, and I am proud to have broken the stereotypes. This upcoming fall, I will be attending San Diego State University. Now, we would like to show you our video documenting our 25 weeks of service learning. Please enjoy.
Aotearoa, New Zealand is a small country, and so when we go out and face these countries that are 3-4 times larger than ourselves, we strive to survive and uphold our own selves, our mana, our integrity. Anyone that represents this small country, they do it with immense pride, and that's what this haka gives them. Anyone that makes that All Blacks team, when they take that field, doesn't matter who it is, they are going to achieve their goal or they're going to die trying.
It made me feel proud. It made me feel proud where I come from because where I'm from is from Samoa and it's not really known, but it made me proud to be Polynesian.
I think like since every one of us have different cultures, when a culture is showing their dance, it's like they all have a story to tell.
I connected the video to GPA because as a school, we faced through hard times and we have overcame them through hard work, and we are now one of the best schools.
When I'm facing difficulties in life, I will use the haka to motivate me and overcome the challenge because I can and will succeed in life, and everybody should know this.
Since all of us work together after school, we work together to learn the dance. And because of the dance, if you weren't able to expand it more, everyone could join in and learn the culture.
To preserve our Pacific Islander traditions.
Think about your own traditions. Maybe there's something you can do to keep your traditions alive. Thank you, and this concludes our senior